Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the design series 305. And today we are going to design uh, business continuity, design for business continuity. And just wanted to inform you, this is the new module. We have completed two big modules, and this is the new one. And it has two sub-modules, which covers different things. One is high availability, and the other one is BCDR, business continuity disaster recovery. So let's check the high availability first. So high availability, we discuss what it is and how it is different from fault tolerance in the architecture playlist. You can check that, the basic concept of architecture. In a nutshell, we spin up more than one resource to make the application highly available. Instead of one VM, we will be running two VMs to make it highly available. But there are some conditions which are applied. What conditions? Well, you can easily understand if I started talking about the resources. Like to make the application highly available, Azure provides a couple of things like availability set, and we do have availability zone, and we can spin up into the multi-region, right? Now, the thing is, these are the three ways you can make your VM available. Right now, we are talking about the compute service. VM available, but the point is you need to spin up more than one VM, right? If you're spinning up only one VM, the AV set or AV zone in multi-region would not help because it is residing at one place. If that goes down, there is no other VM which will take over the quest. Okay. Now, there is a difference when we need to choose AV set, when we need to choose AV zone. The difference is SLAs, availability SLAs. So as I said, SLA availability set provides the availability of 99.95%. AV zone increases it to 99.9%. Okay. If you need more than that, you can spin up in the multi-region. Now, the thing is, what if you only have a single VM? For single VM, we can have 99.9% of availability when you're spinning up with managed premium disk. All right, so these are few options for the high availability. However, your architecture needs to be highly available at every point. It's not like if you are running two VMs, your architecture is highly available. You need not to leave any single point of failure. All right, now, if you're running multiple VMs, maybe in the availability set, maybe in zone, or maybe multi-region, you need to think of one more thing, which is how you are managing the traffic. Because you are running two VMs and how the traffic would be managed, load balancing, right? So Azure provides a couple of resources that can help us to uh, achieve high availability along with other features. So we have standard load balancer. You can say load balancer. It was basic. Basic still there, but now standard is there, which is more capable with other capabilities and more secure, which is layer 4. So if you have to balance the traffic on layer 4, you gotta use load balancer. It could be internal and external. We have app gateway, which is layer 7 load balancer. It is also called smart load balancer because it can do multiple things, not just load balancing, like path-based routing, uh, HTTPS encryption, decryption on the app gateway, right? It can also do the session affinity. It can also do multi-site routing. So there are so many other things that it can do. The point is, whenever encrypted traffic reach to the application gateway, it can unencrypt or de-encrypt the traffic. It can see what to do with the traffic and then again encrypt it if you have applied such settings, or send it HTTP to the backend. It can do end-to-end SSL as well, or secure socket layer offloading. So most important part of the app gateway is WAF, web application firewall. You can apply a WAF on the application gateway, which will help you preventing common web-based attacks or SQL injection, cross-site scripting, session hijacks, those kind of attacks, which are top 10 WASP. So, but the point is, these two are the regional load balancer. You can use these two for AV set VMs or AV zone VMs, but you cannot use for the multi-region. So what we're going to use for the multi-region, we have front door, which is like a big brother of app gateway. It has all those features that app gateway has, along with one or two additional features, but it can balance the traffic or divert the traffic to between the regions. Same goes with the traffic manager, but traffic manager is not actually a load balancer. It is more like DNS routing. So it can send the traffic as per the DNS. There are multiple ways you can route the traffic through front door and traffic manager, DNS redirector, which is like latency based, weightage based, priority based, so that you can define. If you have both the region A and B active, then of course you'll do like, primary, secondary, or priority, or weightage. Or if you're using it as a DR, then all the traffic would go to the primary first, and if the primary is down, it will go to the secondary. So that's what the high availability with respect to the compute. If we talk about storage, there are so many redundancy options like LRS, ZRS, GRS, RAGRS, and we already talked about all those things, right? RAGZRS, right? So that gives you redundancy. It's not high availability, but it has multiple copies, so it gives you redundancy. Then we have databases. In databases, we have like structure and non-structure, or relational or non-relational, you can say that. Now, let's talk about MySQL, which is also, or MS SQL, which is relational, and we can scale the relational vertically. But if you talk about highly availability, you can spin up the VM in the availability zone. It gives the more availability. You can also use the geo replication or failover cluster to utilize the paired region and do the asynchronous replication there. Same happens with the SQL MI. However, if we talk about non-relational like Cosmos DBs, then you can have multi-write, multi-region, multi-write. So most of the time, all those PaaS services are highly available by default. For example, if we mentioned all these things, AV set, AV zone for the virtual machine perspective. If we talk about app services or Kubernetes services or function, and in any PaaS services would have inbuilt highly HA up to 99.95%, 99.99% that you need to check. For example, app service provides you 99.95%, but if you have the SLA or the commitment to for 99.99, then of course you need to opt for a different service, right? So this is the basic idea, or you need to keep in your mind before designing highly available solution, and make sure each and every aspect of the resource that you're using should be highly available. The least highly available resource would decide how available your application is. Well, in next video, we'll talk about BCDR solution, and